see. I said, all right. So I go to read, but as I'm reading, I'm loud. Show me the money. So I thought he lost his place.
Well, that. Nobody had ever brought it over to sport or boxing. So to live that gimmick, there's a lot of lies. There's a lot of embellishment that has to take place.
Or I'm doing exhibitions like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions.
Jamie Foxx just humiliated Floyd Mayweather, slamming him after leaked bank statements exposed his financial downfall. Foxx warned fans not to be fooled by flashy wealth, saying true influence isn't about money. As Mayweather's legal troubles pile up, Foxx says the truth behind the money persona is finally unraveling.
We're about to go to war. Because that's what I think litigation is. Litigation is war. It's a battle to the death. And I'm not talking about no bullshit either. I'm talking about some Jean-Claude Van Damme ass-kicking shit. Now, I know y'all looking at me crazy, but that's how I like to get. And if we don't get crazy with these motherfuckers, I'm telling you, this Lauren group, they're powerful. Got a lot of money, got a lot of influence. They have everything that we don't. But we're not gonna let them intimidate us.
Floyd Mayweather often points to betrayal from within his circle, saying that as soon as he reveals a new business move, his own people are the first to call him broke. He insists that his exhibition fights are strategic, not signs of financial desperation, but critics twist the narrative to suggest he's struggling. Mayweather argues the hate comes not when he's down, but when he's winning. In his view, jealousy fuels the backlash. Still, many find it suspicious that someone who claims to be so financially stable feels the need to constantly justify his actions.
But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but soon as somebody black does it, your people, your own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I'm not here to talk about no one else's pockets because I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50-0. Because my thing was always, I didn't care what nobody else was doing. I had to focus on me and my family.
UFC veteran Chael Sonnen has been one of Floyd Mayweather's most vocal critics. He's repeatedly called out Floyd for inflating his earnings, citing examples where Mayweather claimed to make $20 million from a fight, but in reality, walked away with far less, closer to $8 million.
So I feel, because I know the real number, that I can't let it go. I must come to you guys. I have a journalistic obligation to come and inform you guys it's actually 8 million and he's exaggerating. Okay, fine. I mean, right, like, all right. I don't really know what we're arguing about here. I'll just share with you. Floyd came out with the money team. Now, the money team is not real, so you understand. The money team has no ability to put on a fight, but Floyd claims the money team. He gets announcers, including Buffer, to announce in conjunction with the money team. The money team's not real. That's not somebody you can sign with. That's not somebody you can count on. That is not a phone number that you can call, talk to the secretary to try to get lunch set up with the boss. There is no office. And most importantly, there's no bank account. It's not real. So I'm going to come out. I must set the record straight. Floyd is not actually a promoter, even though he has a promoter's license. Floyd has no distribution. I just must do that. Why do I have to do that? It's some level of jealousy, right? What do I care if he's working this? I'm a promoter gimmick. Then he comes out above everything, right? And he's calling his own fight. Floyd's going to fight Conor next year. They're going to rematch. Why would I'm in talks? You're in talks with who? If you, in fact, are a promoter, the money team, go make the fight. But he can't make the fight because he's not a real promoter. Why do I feel the need to point that out? What is that inside of me? So Floyd is then going, I'm going back in time, Floyd is then going to go do wrestling.
Sonnen argues that Floyd is more concerned with perception than truth. While fans are dazzled by flashy numbers, Sonnen emphasizes that Mayweather's narrative often collapses under scrutiny. For someone who supposedly made over $1 billion, The gap between his public claims and real bank figures raises red flags.
The motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired. Why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion.
Despite the massive amounts Mayweather claims to have earned, he has constantly found himself in legal trouble, especially over unpaid debts. Reports show he's owed money to multiple people and entities, including for luxury items he never paid for. The contradiction is clear. If Mayweather is as wealthy as he boasts, why do creditors keep coming forward? From diamond-encrusted jewelry deals to real estate issues in Dubai, Floyd's financial behavior doesn't align with his public image. Instead, it exposes a man juggling the appearance of wealth with mounting liabilities behind the scenes.
Imagine working for someone whose whole persona is money, 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 and you don't get paid. Well, that's exactly what it is for employees of Floyd Mayweather. Employees of his Los Angeles gym accused Floyd Mayweather of bankruptcy after failing to pay them. I mean, he's still buying stuff. Portfolio valued at $10 billion, including 18 office buildings spanning. I mean, he can do all this, but he can't pay his employees' salaries. $10 billion portfolio, 18 office buildings spanning 10 million square feet. Like what? Another deal he finalized with a 20 million property in Manhattan. Financial troubles. Despite these high-profile purchases, allegations of unpaid wages at Mayweather's Los Angeles gym have sparked significant backlash. Employees claim that they haven't received paychecks, prompting a public protest outside the facility on Highland Avenue. One protester held a sign accusing Mayweather of modern-day slavery, while another noted that the money team has no money. Even if you work for a different company and if you ain't getting paid, you're scared to show up and say something because you know how businesses do. They silence you and they fire you. The employees alleged violations of California Labor Code 210, which mandates penalties for late wages. First-time violations can include fines between $100 to $200 and unpaid wages beyond the 30 days entitled work to a full day pay for every day delayed. That is crazy. Money team ain't got no money. Apparently it's not the first time too. They had one in Elk Grove and it closed down because the landlord sued for a non-payment of $30,000 in rent. Now the LA gym facing closure. Employees are questioning whether Mayweather himself is aware of the financial trouble.
In one particularly damaging report, Mayweather was linked to a deal involving rapper Tyga and a Miami jeweler. They allegedly worked with a broker to purchase high-end jewelry, including watches worth millions. But according to the jeweler, Mayweather never completed the payments. This story added to the growing skepticism surrounding Floyd's true financial standing. A man who truly has $1.2 billion doesn't skip out on watch payments.
This is how Floyd Mayweather and Tyga might get away without paying $4 million in jewelry. So a lot of wealthy people buy assets or luxury items under business entities. This allows them to pay less tax while also having protection against lawsuits personally. In this case, Tyga and Floyd used a watch broker and some upfront cash to make the deal go through. But as the days passed, no payment was made on the balance that was due, and even their agent admitted they owed $4 million. So what these two did is they signed and paid in a business, and then before paying the full amount, gifted it to themselves on behalf of the business that bought it. Therefore, the broker can't go after Floyd or Tyga because they didn't buy it from them personally. A business that they may control bought it and then gifted it to them, but in this sense is completely separate. But what they did is how the rich get richer. Us in our daily lives have no protection from lawsuits, but as soon as you use a business, the laws completely change. So I'm not saying you should do this or that they'll even get away with this, but it's definitely an interesting way to get expensive jewelry cheaper.
Yeah. That's the shot. But you know what it is? I think obviously with Floyd, he gets the biggest percentage of the purse, isn't it?
Yeah, but he can still get the biggest percentage of the purse.
Yeah, but Ricky Hatton's gonna want more. He'll want more. He'll want more.
He'll want more.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when they fought in their heyday, Floyd got more.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know what I'm saying?
No, but Floyd wants like 95% more. 90% more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like...
He's like 95, 5. Yeah, that's how he likes to do it, innit? Because I'm not going to lie, if Floyd fought Ricky, both of them now, catch weight, 154, O2 Arena, it will sell out.
It will sell out. It will sell out.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. offered a scathing critique of Mayweather's legacy. While acknowledging Floyd's financial success, Jones said the money persona shifted boxing's culture in the wrong direction. According to him, Mayweather focused on making massive paydays for himself, not uplifting the sport. He claims Floyd's fights became money grabs rather than historic contests, influencing younger fighters to prioritize cash over greatness. In Jones's view, Mayweather may have made a fortune, but he left boxing spiritually poorer.
Not because he did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept, because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, finding the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport. Because not everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. No, wait. They was here 5 years ago. Yeah. They should have met. You understand me? Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what? We forced.
After claiming to own 62 buildings in Manhattan, Mayweather was quickly called out by business insiders who found no supporting evidence. The real estate claim was widely seen as another exaggerated attempt to bolster his public image. Experts pointed out that such a portfolio would require hundreds of millions in capital and consistent management, neither of which Floyd has demonstrated. In fact, insiders believe this was another PR stunt aimed at masking financial trouble with grandiose declarations that fall apart under basic investigation.
The biggest flexer in the culture, Floyd Mayweather, would take to Instagram to announce that he just bought multifamily units in Manhattan for $400 million, all right? He would say he got 62 properties exact, took a photo op, the multifamily units is in the back, and he would say this is money out of his own pocket, and he had no investors.
Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Oscar De La Hoya, a former rival and boxing promoter, didn't mince words when discussing Floyd's future. He explained that athletes who spend recklessly, like Mayweather, often end up broke. According to De La Hoya, Floyd didn't prepare for life after boxing, choosing short-term gratification over long-term planning. De La Hoya warned that ignoring financial responsibility always catches up, no matter how much money is earned. His comments echoed concerns shared by many in the industry, that Mayweather's downfall is a matter of when, not if. In one of his boldest statements, Floyd Mayweather once claimed to make $3 million a month, more than Bill Gates. Financial analysts quickly dismissed the claim, calling it unrealistic. Unlike Gates, whose wealth grows through scalable business ventures and investments, Mayweather's earnings depend on fight promotions and brand deals, which fluctuate.
And Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, 300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. 36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone 300 million a month. So there you go.
In a week that stunned even his critics, Mayweather reportedly spent $5 million on real estate and a private jet. While extravagant spending isn't new for Floyd, this particular spree drew attention from financial watchdogs. Questions emerged about how he could afford such purchases while still under scrutiny for unpaid taxes. Even those closest to Mayweather have started speaking out. One of his former bodyguards revealed disturbing insights into Floyd's behind-the-scenes behavior. According to him, Floyd lives in a fantasy world of wealth, but the reality is very different. He reportedly delays payments to his own staff and insists on appearances over practicality.
What would you say is more difficult, being a celebrity bodyguard or being a cop?
Oh man, those are two completely different things.
Really?
Yeah. So being a cop, when you leave the job for the day, you're still kind of in the back of your mind, just like situations, right? With bodyguarding, you are on him like glue all the time. So if something happens to him, guess whose problem it is? That's on you or me or whatever the case is, So you're always checking and especially with celebrities, everyone outside of their circle, even some people in their circle are always looking to get a one-up or, hey, what can I do to benefit myself more than him? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Which is, most bullshit happens inside the circle, honestly.
Jake Paul added fuel to the fire by boldly stating that Floyd Mayweather is already broke. People just haven't realized it yet. Paul argued that Mayweather's flashy lifestyle is a smokescreen designed to keep fans and critics from seeing the truth. He pointed to lawsuits, unpaid debts, and exhibition fights as signs of financial strain. While Jake's words might sound provocative, they echo a growing sentiment that Floyd's wealth is more illusion than fact, and the curtain is slowly being pulled back. Facing backlash over participating in low-stakes exhibition fights, Mayweather argued that he's simply sharing his talent with a new generation. He insists that these events let him showcase his boxing skills without the risk of injury. But many see them as money grabs, ways to stay afloat financially without admitting it.
Case my talent and give people just a glimpse of, what I was doing when I was at the height of my career. When I was at the pinnacle of my career. So just being able to just travel the world and put on shows, put on exhibition bouts, and still sell out arenas. It's a great feeling. But the fans love it. Now, I truly believe if I took a lot of abuse in the sport of boxing throughout my career, then I probably wouldn't still be doing the exhibitions or putting on boxing showcases. But I didn't really take no abuse in the sport of boxing, so I feel like I can continue to go out there, have fun, and put on shows throughout the world.
It's crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Imagine playing basketball and getting 40 million for a fucking preseason game.
That's real money.
And I get all mine up front.
In a recent scandal, Mayweather was seen endorsing an organization called Magen David Adom, which some believe was more of a financial maneuver than a charitable act. Observers questioned his motives, especially given his history of aligning with controversial ventures when money gets tight. His promotional handshake drew skepticism, with many suspecting that financial desperation, not philanthropy, was the real driver. As Floyd continues to chase partnerships, it appears he may be prioritizing short-term paydays over long-term reputation.
Join me
in expressing heartfelt gratitude to Magen David Adom, the Israel response team. No matter who you are, gender, race, or religion, they are there to provide elite medical care and support. With over 30,000 dedicated volunteers from diverse backgrounds, they are the true heroes of Israel Emergency Response Team. In these tough times, let's rally together and support Israel Red Cross. Your support and contribution, no matter what size, can help save more lives.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.